What's up everybody, welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Corey and today in the stock market we did have a bullish day across all three indices. First up, let's take a look at the S&P500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so today on SPY we did go up 0.3% and we did close back above a positive sloping 5 EMA yet again. So we still do have the strong bull trend and we still do have the bullish price action. Remember, the next resistance level is now just above at 446. And from today's close to that resistance level is less than 0.25%. If we break above 446, we do have the next price target at 449, but give 446 the respect that it deserves. Remember that 441 was a very strong resistance level, and while it did lead to a pullback, it did not lead to a stock market correction. The higher we go, eventually one of these price targets will lead to a stock market correction, so you want to respect these levels and you want to make sure you're preparing accordingly. As we approach these next price targets is not the time to be over leveraging your account. Make sure you're raising some cash and taking some profits, because even though we might not get a stock market correction, it's much better to be prepared for a stock market correction and then not have to deal with one than it is to be caught off guard and then caught in a drastic sell-off trying to figure out how you're going to recoup your losses. So start preparing now as we come into these next resistance levels, and you will be much better off and much better prepared for a stock market correction. Remember that corrections are bullish and they're completely normal in all bull markets because it allows the stock market to cool down and it allows you to buy some very good stocks at much lower prices. So put together that shopping list and get ready for the next buying opportunity, because eventually we will see a pullback from one of these levels. From today's close to 449, we have just under 1% to the upside, so we're definitely getting in that higher risk area as we get to these next price targets. Remember that August, September, and October are typically volatile months, so we are likely going into a very volatile period in the stock market, and this could be the calm before the storm. So prepare now and make sure you're watching our critical support levels. On SPY, critical support is 441 and our 20 simple moving average just above 438. Remember that 20 simple moving average is positively sloping, so it is a moving target, and that critical support level does rise each and every day that we go higher. So watch that critical support, because if we close below that 20 simple moving average, that will be our warning sign that the stock market is likely rolling over. And remember that it could be quite a significant pullback because we have not yet had a stock market correction in the S&P 500. Typically speaking, a correction is 5% or more, and we have not had a true 5% correction in the S&P 500 yet in the year 2021. So just be cautious at these levels and prepare accordingly, but remember to stay objective. I'm not sounding the alarm that a giant sell-off is coming. I'm strictly just telling you to be prepared for one because it could come at any moment. The price action is well above all the support levels, so there's nothing to panic about, and we still do have a strong bull trend, but I'm telling you right now that could change very quickly, so continue to watch those critical support levels. On the NASDAQ 100 QQQs, we were up 0.36% today, and we did close back above the 5 EMA, which is good news because the last couple of days it did look like we were starting to see that rollover look. So we did bounce off critical support yet again, and we did test critical support intraday, which is at that 20 simple moving average of 365. We did see buyers stepping in at that level yet again, and we did close back above the 5 EMA, so we did maintain the bullish trend. Remember that if the QQQs close below 365, that could mean the market's rolling over, so watch that critical support. Below 365, we do have support at 362.7, 360, and right around 357, which is very close to our 50 EMA, so watch those levels closely. To the upside, we're going to have resistance at 370, and if we break out above 370, our price target is 376. From today's close up there to 376 is about another 2.25% move to the upside, which could happen fairly quickly if we do start to see these big blue chip tech companies starting to rally. So watch those price targets closely and do watch that critical support, because as you can tell, the QQQs is already looking a lot weaker than SPY because we already see a downward trajectory in the price action, even though SPY is still closing at brand new all-time highs. So watch the QQQs because it could be the first sector to roll over if we continue to see more selling in tech. On the Dow Jones, we were up 0.08% today, and we printed another I do not like you candle with this giant wick to the downside. Remember, typically these candles are bullish because they do represent a lot of buyers to the downside, but closing right where we opened after having a volatile day at brand new all-time highs could be a signal of a reversal. We're right here at that resistance level at 355, so this could be a great time to reverse. And we do have a gap below that still needs to be filled at 353. So on the Dow Jones, watch for support at the gap fill at 353 and our critical support at 351, and our 20 simple moving average is right around 350. So watch those critical support levels for the possibility of the Dow Jones starting to roll over. If we break out above 355, your next price target is right around 359. So watch for that breakout and the possibility to run to the next price target. We still do have the bull trend with bullish price action, so stay objective and remain a bull at this time, just be cautious. On the Russell 2000, we were down about 0.25%, but we did get another price action close back over that 50 EMA, and we're starting to see the 5 EMA cross back above the 50. So we're starting to slowly but surely build up some bullish momentum in the Russell 2000 with the price action and slowly but surely with the trend. Remember, as long as the Russell 2000 is over the 50 EMA, it's likely trying to scare away the bears because there's not a lot of resistance levels to short at. So look for that next resistance as the next possible price target at 227. And if we break above that, we could start running to 230 and 233 and retesting the previous all-time highs. If we break out, that's obviously going to be extremely bullish. So watch the price action at critical resistance. To the downside, we have support at 223, 222, 220, and 219. So we do have a ton of support to the downside. So look for the Russell 2000 to potentially try to go back into a bull market, which would be bullish for the broad stock market. On the ARKK ETF, we were up 0.45% today, and we did close just above that 20 simple moving average. So we still are holding critical support right around 121. We still do have the bull trend, but the price action needs to get back above 123 so that we don't lose the bullish trend. Remember that critical support is right around 121 and 120, so we're hanging around that critical support and we could start to bounce from here, or we're likely going to break down and start heading lower. So we're at a very pivotal moment for the ARKK ETF. Watch out for the breakout to the upside above 123 or the breakdown to the downside below 120. Below 120, you're looking for support at 115 and 112. And above 123, you're looking for resistance at 126 and 128. On the VIX, we continue to see fear leaving the market with SPY closing at brand new all-time highs and the VIX closing down over 3%, around 15.5. Remember, the VIX is getting crushed and it's heading lower, which tells us to expect less volatility and more all-time highs. However, as you can tell, the lower the VIX goes increases the probability you're going to eventually see a giant spike in volatility, which would go hand in hand with a stock market pullback or a correction. So as long as the VIX is below 18.2, I want you to remain bullish. But if you see the VIX spiking above 18.2 and then getting above 20, that's going to be a signal of more volatility and more selling, which could be that pullback or that stock market correction. So right now the VIX is saying full bull and expect more all-time highs. But if you see the VIX spiking, expect to see more volatility and a big wave of selling. On Bitcoin, we're currently down about 2.8%, and we did see Bitcoin fail to hold that support level at 45,000. The next support level I want you to pay attention to is 43,000, and below that, the 20 simple moving average right around 41,000. We still do have a very strong bull trend on Bitcoin, and the price target is still up here at 51,000, but we will have resistance yet again at 45,000 and the daily high just above 46,000. So the question on Bitcoin is, how far is it going to go to retest support? It could come all the way back down to about 40,000 or even the 50 EMA right around 39,000. So there is a ton of support levels you need to pay attention to, and any one of those levels could cause Bitcoin to bounce and start heading to our price target at 51,000. At 51,000, we'll need to look at the price action to see if we're going to break out and continue to run brand new all-time highs, or if we're going to see another significant pullback. As long as we have the bullish trend, I want you to remain bullish on Bitcoin and look for a bounce off of one of these support levels. On Amazon stock, we were up 0.35% today, and we did see that critical support at 32.80 holding up. The bad news is we're below resistance at 33.11, so we're continuing to see Amazon stuck in this very low volatile range, and we are retesting critical support. If we break down below 32.80, your next support level will be at 32.08, and we need to break above 33.11 to get to the next resistance level at the resistance trend line right around 33.65. Remember, above 33.65, we have critical resistance at 3400, the 50 EMA right around 34.43, and then our 3500 resistance level. If we can get above 3500, it's very likely we're going to close the gap at 35.80, and that would satisfy the gap close, which would be another significant resistance. So Amazon has a ton of resistance it needs to close above, and right now it is at a very critical support, which means it could be a very great buying opportunity. Remember, you want to buy off critical support and set your risk level there, and the lower Amazon goes, the better deal you're getting because you want to buy low. So don't look at Amazon as anything other than on sale right now, and look for these critical support levels. If Amazon did get to 32.08, it would be a screaming buy. On Tesla stock, we were up over 2% today, and we finally did see Tesla breaking out of that resistance level right around 715. So obviously this is a bullish breakout, and we did see it on increasing volume, and we still do have the very strong bull trend. So this increases the probability Tesla is running to our price target at 765, but we will have a slight bump in the road on the way there right around $732. So watch resistance at 732, and above that we could easily get to that price target at 765. To the downside, you now have support right around 715 and our previous breakout level at 692. So watch critical support, but right now it does look like Tesla is breaking out and it's getting ready to run. On Apple stock, we also saw another bullish day just like Tesla, going up over 2% and breaking out above that resistance at 148. Remember, Tesla needs to break out above the previous all-time high at 149 to start running to our next price target at 156. To the downside, we now have strong support at 146 and 145, and below that we still have support at 143. It does look like Apple is regaining the full bull trend as it's breaking out, so look for Apple to start running to our next price target, which would be bullish for the rest of the stock market considering Apple is our market moving stock. So Apple's looking really good here and it could start to run, but if this is a false breakout, you'll know very quickly tomorrow because we'll break down below 146 and we possibly will start taking out support. But breaking out on increasing volume and regaining the bullish trend is always going to be a bullish indication, so I am looking to see if Apple is going to start running from here. On the financial sector, we were up 0.18% today, and we continue to see the financial sector with a lot of bullish price action, and we do have that full bull trend, so the financial sector is looking very strong. The industrial sector was down 0.19% today, and it still has bullish price action with that bullish trend. The healthcare sector was up 0.79% today, closing back above the 5 EMA and still holding on to that strong bull trend. The energy sector was down 0.1% today, and we're still below the 50 EMA, but we are starting to close back over our 20 simple moving average, so we could be seeing the energy sector starting to go back into a bull market soon. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, we're definitely still in a bull market, and you can see that with a lot of strength in the sectors like the financials, the industrials, and the tech sector. Those three sectors are the strongest sectors and they're all looking bullish, so I don't think the stock market is going to just roll over and die easily. However, as we get to these next price targets, and if we do start to see greed readings, we could get closer and closer to a stock market correction. So just plan accordingly and make sure you're being cautious the higher we go. Remember, risk increases as we go to all-time highs and risk decreases as we head lower. So obviously risk is increasing the higher we go. So just make sure you're locking in some of those profits and getting ready for a potential correction. Watch those critical resistance levels and critical support because either way, you're going to see which direction we're going in the price action first. Also remember that I have my own trade alert service called Bank Trade Alerts that only trades TQQQs, and it does very well in all market conditions, but exceptionally well in volatile markets. You receive all of your buy and sell alerts directly via email and text message, and I'm currently running a 50% off promo code for your first month. If you're interested in checking out Bank Trade Alerts, you can find out all of the details in the description below. I also have this Stocks channel Discord where I do intraday updates and analysis to help you navigate this market and stay on the right side of the trade. If you're interested in joining the Stocks channel trading Discord community, you can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description. So thanks for watching everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.